looks like we got a new friend!
Same voice, same face, same graceful body. She was Tatiana come back to life again. I was absolutely witless from astonishment. Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. Guys, you're live. Oh, hi. Before we get fully into it, let's go through and talk about social links. You can find Discord, Twitter, and YouTube there. Send me a DM on Twitter. I'm currently running 40 games between the 23rd of December and the 4th of January. So if you want to be in one of those games, send me a DM and I'll get you in one of those games. YouTube catch up, Discord, come and be part of the community. Patreon, we have free stuff and exclusive stuff. Go and check it out. Merchandise, you can slap my logo all over your bodies and your houses and your floors and everything. Go and check it out. We also have two sponsors in the form of Bird and the Storm Publishing, who do there. They do Teespring, they do t-shirts and mugs. They're very, very nice mugs and very, very nice t-shirts, and I've not got any of them close to my hand. And also Mage Hand Press, we are currently giving away a copy of their Dark Matter Alpha PDF, which is not available in book form yet. It was only released on Thursday, and that is a 5e space expansion, so check that out as well. You can see it on Thursdays, run by that beautiful woman over there. What else have we got? We have a tweet. Every 10 retweets, we get a Wild Magic Surge. Ha ha ha, go and tweet the tweets. With little further ado, let's go round the clock. Let's start with Rachel, picking a name out of the hat. Oh, hi.
Hi! What's up, buddy?
Oh, hi!
I'm Rachel, or Baby 190 here on the internet, and I am a variety streamer who will be playing Sophie tonight, the older sibling to the lovely Suri, who is missing a finger. I believe was it on her right hand? I think it was her ring finger on her right hand. Any finger except her middle finger was what she was happy with. And she's got a giant scar on her back now and a chunk taken out of her arm, and she's just very determined to make sure that her sister is no longer a lycanthrope. So she's also really done with this place. She wants out. She wants to leave.
Ah, yes, well, we'll see soon. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this week will be the week. Next, let's go anti-clockwise. Let's go to Kelly next.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm Kelly, aka Lane on Twitter, and I will be playing Talia, who is our half-elven daughter of a noblewoman with a chunk out of her arm and a reinvigorated positive attitude. Thanks to some new oaths she's taken to her goddess, and she can't lie anymore, really. Scrat's keeping me honest to those oaths. So we're gonna see how that plays out.
Test the oaths in Barovia. Where better to take on oaths than Barovia itself? Because who knows what would happen to an oath breaker in Barovia. Next around, we go to Alex.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. My name is Mel Gandalf, and I'm playing Suri, the younger sister sibling of Sophie, the two cheeky halflings. And she has been through the works this whole campaign, and now her sister's going through the works, and her friends are going through the works, and everything that she thought was up is now down, and everything that was down is now up. But she might turn into a werewolf soon. So she's been playing it positive, but who knows what might be cracking underneath the surface.
And last but not least, my beautiful wife, Alice.
First of all, I'd like to say I'm so pleased that we're listing all of our new missing body parts once we've started playing, because we're now all missing something. Bob has one leg. Bob is now officially a pirate because he found an eye patch as well. He's just trying to keep everyone alive right now, I think, and hopefully he just won't lose any more body parts in the process. But yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, so this week I'll be doing the recap. You escaped from the death house. Well done. You escaped a little bit scathed. Definitely not unscathed, but definitely a little bit scathed. But you got to level 3 as well, so that's good, right? Everyone's level 3. That's a happy thing. You remembered the call to aid, the call to go and help young Ismark down in the south of Barovia. You headed down and encountered their house, which was dilapidated. They were loading up a cart. They were deciding they were going to get away. The windows were boarded up. It looked as though creatures had been attacking the establishment almost every night. You agreed to help. You agreed to help them not only take Irina Kolyana up to the village of Valaki, some few days travel to the northwest, but also to help them bury their father, not telling them about the werewolf curse. We took the road down out of Barovia, across the bridge. You took the shortcut through the... You went straight past the graveyard, decided... No, wait, you did bury the old man at the graveyard. You said a few words over his body, most of them respectful, and made our way on. We got to a path where you could take a shortcut that seemed to cut about half a day off your journey, or stick to the road, and the decision was made to take the shortcut. One of you spotted from the bushes a bundle wrapped behind a bush. That bundle turned out to contain a set of clothes. None of you could really figure out what was going on there, but you cut a hole in the pants. And then as you all get back into the cart, Sophie had this flashback, or a flash dream maybe, because it wasn't really a memory, more of something that she dreamed once that she remembered, where her sister transformed into a werewolf, ripping all of the clothes from her body, and she suddenly remembered what kind of person might leave their clothes hidden in a waterproof satchel in the woods. And we will return as Sophie sits there glass-eyed. Sophie, your face currently, you've sort of maybe your eyes have rolled back up into your head. At the moment, you're sitting in this cart, but there's no one with you.
Really?
Everything's a sort of darker grey than usual. Sort of like you've entered an old movie.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Is the cart moving?
Cart's moving.
Is there a horse pulling it?
Nope.
I think she's gonna, frantically look around for her sister and her companions and the horse. Not find them. Are there their belongings in there? Or is the cart empty?
The cart is empty. Anything that was on your body you still have, but everything else, no.
Does the area around her still look like where she just hopped back on the cart? Where they found the sack of clothes and stuff like that?
Why don't you make me a perception check?
Okay. Let's see. Maybe I should get my character sheet open. That might come in handy.
Well, whilst you do that, let's remind everyone. Currently, I have 3 nat 20s. Alice has 2 nat 20s. Sophie has 2 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s. Talia has 2 nat 20s. And Suri is sitting there, having avoided most of the death house. 2 advantages, 5 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s.
16 total.
On a 16, you can tell that this is not, in fact, the same section of forest. In fact, you've just passed through a gate, and you are taking a winding path up towards a castle.
Do I recognize the castle from my previous dream state?
You may well do. Something stirs, causing the hairs on the back of your head to raise.
She's gonna look around frantically, see if she sees anything.
Are you looking with your eyes?
Whole body kind of thing.
Whole body.
Yeah.
Give me a another perception check.
18.
On an 18, you are certain there is nothing here to be seen. But you can feel this presence. As though someone's sitting right next to you. It almost feels like Shuri. In that you have a connection to them.
I think almost instinctually, maybe she'd quietly like call out to her sister.
You do not have long left. The voice is sitting right next to you. Where you would look towards your sister, you turn back, the figure from your previous dream sits next to you in the cart.
Oh, how close? Is he like right next to her?
Close enough for you to embrace, should you wish to.
Oh no, she's gonna scoot away. Say, hey.
I'm sorry, I do not mean to frighten you.
Yeah, well, you gotta stop coming into my dreams. That's the one way you're gonna freak me out.
You're not dreaming right now.
Of course I'm dreaming. Everyone's gone.
This is another space.
Space?
It matters little. You approach my domain.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Sort of magic is blocking my connection, my vision of your cart. Normally I see all that goes on in my realm. But I cannot see the cart you drive, which must mean but one thing.
We're really special?
Bring me Irina, and I will heal your sister.
I had a question about that, by the way.
Please.
Is there a possibility that maybe she doesn't remember you, or that you maybe, I don't know, like kidnapped her? And she says that last part very quietly, like under her breath.
She has the same voice, the same face, and the same graceful body. She is certainly Tatiana, back to life again. Perhaps not as she originally was, but mine nonetheless.
But see, if she doesn't remember that, don't you think it's gonna creep her out a little bit, and she's gonna be not as into it, I suppose, as you?
She'll come round. We
And
have
if
an
she
eternity.
doesn't? Oh, okay, that's creepy. All right, so all we gotta do, like, we don't have to guarantee that she's gonna love you or anything. I just have to bring her to you, and you'll fix Suri, right?
Bring her within my compound. Bring her into the castle.
You'll fix her.
I promise.
Okay.
He fades, the lights fade, you blink a few times, and you're awake. During this time, the rest of you, Shuri, Sophie's just been sitting there, not, like, blank. Who was up front? Bob went up front, or did Talia go up front? Talia went up front. So Bob, Shuri, Sophie's sitting there completely blank-faced. Irina's just, like, sharpening her sword.
Bob is just watching, probably out of intrigue more than anything, but he's just watching Sophie.
Yeah, Suri's probably gonna start doing things like putting her finger like under the nose, just check that she's still breathing. Maybe even like holding her nose to see if it will wake her up, and then she'll probably just open her mouth and start breathing instead.
So we'll
Yeah,
just
like the whole.
retroactively, Sophie, throughout that whole thing, you felt slightly breathless.
Talking to Strahd, just like. She's like, we're in the. Gotta catch my breath in the castle, like.
We can add in the line somewhere where he says, "Yes, I have that effect, but my heart is only for Tatiana."
You're a good-looking man, but a little too tall for me. Okay. Does this wake her up at all? Like when she comes back?
I think you're gonna come around with your nose being held. I think that's beautiful.
Okay.
So when you
Are
blink,
holding my nose. Are you holding Sophie's nose right now?
Oh yeah, sorry, I am. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. She'll just kind of come back. What are you doing?
I just wanted to check that you were still alive.
I'm can you move your hand, please?
This is funnier.
It's really nice. Okay, sorry, stop.
And she's just gonna try and move your hand off of her nose.
I don't appreciate that, okay? That's rude. Didn't I teach you better than that? You can't just touch people's faces.
Well, you fell asleep in a weird place. It's kind of an odd time for you to take a nap. We've got a lot of things on our plate right now.
Yeah, and I'm a little stressed out. Can you blame me? The body wants what the body wants, and if the body wants me to sleep, then I'm gonna sleep. You know how you were always saying if you're hungry, you were gonna eat, or if you wanted to go pee, you were gonna go pee, and then we got trouble because you tried to pee in that guy's bookshop?
Okay, fair juice, fair juice, fair juice. If you need to sleep, you need to sleep. Just breathe more next time.
I was breathing. You plugged my nose. If I stopped breathing, it was because of you. Bob, do you hear this?
I
saw
hear it. I hear it. And he's just sort of just letting it sort of run past him. He's still sort of looking at this sort of kind of new leg of his. He's sort of trying to adjust it. It's probably a bit uncomfortable as he moves it around. Sure, you probably shouldn't hold people's noses when they're trying to sleep. It's called suffocation.
You can go to jail for that.
Oh, isn't that what Uncle Phil went to jail for? Didn't he suffocate someone? I feel like he suffocated a guard or something like that. Was he holding their nose? Was he holding noses? Oh God! I've been holding people's noses all my life and I could have killed so many people.
I bet it's a family trait. You better get that checked out. It runs
Oh,
in the
God.
blood.
Oh God!
Obsessive compulsive.
what was it we had last time? There was another thing that you had, like, which was a family trait of like.
There's like a long line. Oh yeah, the backwash here.
Oh yeah, the backwashers. That was it. Yeah, I remember.
Suffocating
We just
people.
have many
spitting
family
in their
tricks.
drinks.
Suri's
we
just
need
gonna
to
kind of hold her hand.
Put the hand down. It's okay.
Just think about for next.
I'm alive. Look, she takes a big breath in through her nose.
Can you imagine the irony if you killed her and we're in Balovia? Ah,
Wait, that's not
all
really
the
funny.
things that could kill
That's
you.
not-
Yeah.
That got real dark, Bob. That got real dark.
You got to laugh at certain things when you're in Barovia. And he's just like smiling to himself, like looking over the other side of the car.
Can we laugh at your table leg?
I would if I were you. I don't want pity.
You know, if we put some really nice carvings in there, it could look really pretty.
Wait, sorry. She's gonna like lean in really close just so Suri can hear.
Let's carve a dick.
Talia, sitting on the front of the cage. The cart follows the dirt road as it clings to the side of the mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-enshrouded pines that blanket the valley. Ismark turns to you. We are entering Strahd's domain. We are close to the castle. I'm hoping to be through the gates on the other side and well out towards that old mill before nightfall.
And I think she just like nods like in agreement. She came up front because she didn't want to have to risk lying to people about things. So I think she's real shut. Just as long as we hurry.
Yes, I will put some speed to the horses. Would you warn the others? Quietly.
And she just nods again, and she looks back to whoever's sitting closest. Probably Bob is sitting.
Bob is trying to sort of stretch his leg and half a leg out as much as possible, just in the back.
And she just says, guys, we're entering Strahd's grounds. We're about to be picking up speed, so everybody hold on.
Oh, you hear that, little ones? And sort of like
Suri's already like gripping the edge, like, oh god.
we are in the big bad guy's grounds now.
Yeah, bad. Yeah, that's a relative term.
Scrat, you are muted.
Irina stops sharpening her sword and looks at Sophie.
What do you mean not bad?
And this whole time she's just she's not gonna make eye contact with anyone, like, like maybe he like stubbed his toe really hard. He was just having a bad day and he kind of made a bad decision and now everyone kind of hates him or something,
Do you mean misunderstood?
That's a good word for it.
Huh.
What if it's all just a big misunderstanding? What if he didn't like want any of it and he just kind of got it? Kind of like Suri. She didn't want this whole werewolf thing going on and now she's got this going on.
I mean, we could ask him.
Very slowly,
Well,
Irina
like-
begins sharpening her sword again.
You want to ask him up? We could stop there on the way through and talk to him.
No, he must not know where I am. You went to the church in Barovia, you told me. You saw old Donovich's boy?
Yeah.
That's not the first person to return from Strahd's castle that way. I know you've heard of the wizard a year ago. Whole armies were wiped out or returned as vampire spawn. Thralls. He's a genocidal maniac.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah, I gotta agree with Bob on this one, I mean, have you met him?
He has come to my house many times, demanding to take me, as if I was a possession.
Well, I just want you to know that you are a strong and confident person who is nobody's possession.
Thank you, Suri.
Solidarity.
No one can demand anything of you.
We managed to put a small charm on this cart that should hopefully make him unable to see us as we pass through.
How'd you undo that?
He hired the priest. Donovich may be crazy, but he's still capable of performing rites. And remember, I too am a cleric.
So there's no way to like undo it, right? Like he couldn't just like undo it when we went through his gate or something?
If he was to know where we were, then perhaps.
Okay.
Is everyone ready back there?
I guess.
And he kicks the horse to speed.
Bob will take out like his crossbow, just knocking an arrow in it.
You begin churning up ground as you make your way through this forest. It clears out, and you can see plains, a large hill, and around the hill you can see in the distance the castle. Small enough to be a model from this distance. Lightning strikes it a few times.
That's not ominous at all. Does it
Very
always do
dramatic.
that here?
I really hope not. It's meant to be that lightning shouldn't strike in the same place twice, right? I mean,
No, but this is Barovia.
when in doubt, Barovia!
I guess so.
Let's not make that a catchphrase.
Even this high up, even up on the hills close to the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead of you, the dirt road splits into two, widening towards the east. There you see a patch of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. Do you slow down?
Do you think we should take a look?
Can we rubberneck it? Like, just a little bit of a slowdown to take a look.
It's like...
Exactly.
I can pull them to a trot. As you all pile around the corners, pulling back curtains to see out this thing, you can see the steamy breath rise off of one of the horses. The side door of the carriage swings open as you approach, as though inviting you in.
Bob will immediately aim his crossbow.
Is there anyone there?
Lightning flashes. Was that a small silhouette you saw, Sophie, atop the castle?
How close by are we going past this carriage door?
The fork in the road is on the eastern road, so you don't actually have to get close to it. You can stay at least 15 feet away from it. There are no people, just that inviting door that swings open.
How inviting.
The inside looks like it has red velvet.
Pretty cush.
I think
That's pretty-
Sophie's gonna be like, "Wait, stop! What if someone's in there?"
Just kind of yell over her shoulder at the man whose name I'm forgetting.
Is Mark.
Here's Mark. Thank you.
I don't think we should stop. That looks like one of Strahd's carts to me. One of his carriages.
We should keep going. We don't have time for any distractions.
Yeah, but what if someone's in there that we don't know and they're hurt? You guys just gonna let them go by like that?
She's right. What if there's someone hurt in there?
Do rely on the kindness of strangers ourselves. It would probably be good if once we were the stranger.
Ruby is
Off the
already pretty
cart.
shit.
Can Talia use her divine sense?
Yeah, of course you can. This sounds like a perfect time to use a divine sense.
Yes, it does. So I'll just. Here we go. Yeah, so if within 60 feet of me, I can detect celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. I'll know the type, but not who, or how many, I believe.
Fiend, undead, or otherwise, you say?
Fiend, undead, or celestial.
There's not an undead in the carriage, but the carriage, it has almost the stench of undead about it.
Yeah, I think it's also, I'd also know if an object or a place had been desecrated or consecrated.
Yeah, you know that. This carriage, it's owned by someone undead.
And so she's gonna say we shouldn't stop. There's something wrong about that carriage and it is not okay. We should not be stopping. Anything that's in there is... anything related to that is evil, and...
What did you see, Talia?
I didn't see anything, it just feels... it smells wrong. But I didn't...
Is that an elf thing?
It's... I don't know if it's an elf thing, it's... I've been able to just feel if things are not right and if they're evil or undead. I can smell the stench of that decaying rot on this
seems
carriage.
like an elf thing. You guys are all awfully pretty. You're sure?
It's wrong.
As you feel this connection to your god, Talia, Bob, you feel a different kind of connection. Please roll me a 1d610.
Oh, God.
Thank you very much for the retweets, everyone.
I swear to God, if I lose another leg. 112.
That might be one of yours, Alice.
It might be. When your own ideas come back and bite you in the ass.
So the hand that is closest to the carriage disappears.
So Bob looks down where he's resting, he's sort of propped in. He's got like one arm rested on his raised up like stump of a knee, and then looks down at the hand touching the cart. And he sort of starts to lift his arm up and starts freaking out because he was holding his crossbow. So the crossbow's still there, right?
Oh yeah.
And you just hear like a Talia.
Yeah, Bob, what is it?
You know weird shit happens in Barovia, right?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
What do your gods say about this? And he just holds up, and you can just see like where his wrist is, it's gone, but you can see like the crossbow still sort of almost suspended in it. I've lost my leg. and now I've lost my hand.
Can Talia see her hand?
No.
And she's gonna panic a little bit, but she sees the crossbow moving still, I guess. And she's, Bob, do you remember the blood thing and the creepy stuff, and that, like, this is just some kind of weird trick like all the rest of them?
Like the rest of them, and he sort of glances down at his leg briefly and then back at his hand, like,
bad choice of words.
I
Like,
can't lose another limb, Talia.
it's still there. Touch it with your other hand, like, feel it, like it's still there, right?
Thunder booms, spooking the horses. Everyone, as the car rears back a little bit, please make me a dex save to stay hold on.
I was waiting for that to happen.
If you'd like to use any of your abilities, please let me know.
My dex save is +5, but I rolled a 3.
Oh, 8. I thought you meant like you'd somehow managed to roll
Yeah.
a 3. I was like, how did you roll a -2?
8 total. 8 total.
22.
And Suri.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
That makes it a total of 17, I think.
Lovely. So most of you are able to hold on. However, almost fittingly, Sophie, you tumble from the cart.
And the cart just zoomed off, right?
No, the horses were rearing. But
Okay.
Ismark is shouting back, "We've tarried too long. He knows we're here. Come, let us go."
And Talia, if he's not waiting for Sophie, she's gonna, like, grab the reins from him. Be like, no, you have to wait.
Bob will try and, like, lean over and grab, he'll put his crossbow down and try and grab Sophie, probably with his now invisible hand. And it really, like, it's really confused, but he's just grabbing. Like,
You know that picture?
I wonder how you're...
The cat and the woman just like, he's like, I know it's
this is another moment.
So, Sophie, do you allow yourself to be pulled back into the cart?
Oh, don't say do you allow me to? Because that other cart's back there. Oh no. I feel like I almost need to do like a con save or something for this for Sophie right now. Oh man.
If you would like to do something wisdom-based, I will give you information based... Give your character information, because I'm fairly sure Rachel understands what's going on here.
Yeah.
You could
Would
use
I
wisdom.
maybe have sibling instincts and try to, like...
You could certainly do an insight check on Sophie. Try and figure out what's going on in her brain right now.
Her sister
okay.
instincts are tingling.
Because with like,
I'd even give you an advantage on that, because you're sisters, yeah.
Cool. Cool. Bug up. Boom. And that's plus, well, 17 or 11 plus 1. So I guess 18.
On an 18 insight, Sophie, what can Suri see you in this moment? Except for the terror of being held by an invisible hand.
Yeah,
There's
like,
a-
Bob
there's
is
like
equally screaming back, by the way.
all I can think of like as an example is, you know, like at the end of Lord of the Rings when Sam is holding Frodo and he's like, "Don't you let go," and Frodo's just like looking at him like, "I want to let go." It's like an instinct like that, you know?
Like,
It's
I
like-
want to jump sort of instinct,
Yeah.
you know? You see a high thing, you're like, I wonder what it'd be like. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wants to jump. So I think that's what she gets from it. And there's definitely like an uncertainty to Sophie right now, like an aura of uncertainty and confusion because of all the stuff that's been going on with Strahd, and she's almost wants her sister's her top priority right now. So, and with that carriage, everyone being like, "Oh, it belongs to Strahd," she's like, "If I can get them over there, that's one step closer, and that's one step closer to helping my sister. So, obviously not word for word you got everything like that, but there's an uncertainty. So,
Uncertainty and concern for you, maybe, Siri.
yeah.
Something about this entire situation is making Sophie concerned for you.
Suri's gonna be just even more confused than she already was with this added information of like, and probably wants to follow her sister at this point.
Irina jumps down from the cart to help Sophie. Come on, Sophie, I'll give you a leg up.
No, I'm fine. She's gonna like try to pull away from Irina. At that point. And yeah, she's not gonna accept the help.
What is wrong with you, Sophie?
Nothing. When we passed, I leaned by the cart. I leaned out too far, and I dropped my favorite dagger, and I need to go get it.
Make me a deception check.
Ooh. Oh, come on. I'm good at these. Come on. Oh, 18 plus 5. 24.
Then hurry and grab it.
You're not going on your own, and Bob will jump out, even if it's a bit crooked as he sort of rocks slightly on his new leg and grabs his crossbow. Come on.
I'm fine. Okay.
Come on, quickly. And he just sort of starts, like, half limping back to this, like, carriage.
Sophie told Bob a little bit about the dream that she had, right?
I think.
About how Strahd said that he could save. Or was that that was Talia.
It was me.
That's Talia.
Yeah.
Talia.
no, yeah,
We had
right.
that bonding moment after Talia had her
Bob-
dream.
Yeah, Bob doesn't know. Never mind. Okay.
Bob is oblivious. Once-
Yes. Wait, is Suri coming? Alright, is Suri staying?
No, Suri, I think, is following you at this point.
Okay.
And I think
Irina
you just
is climbing back into the cart. Please, Talia.
Talia's like stage whispering, basically. What are you guys doing? Get back in the cart!
You're going to go get the dagger. And Bob just points.
What are you talking about? Just leave it. You've got other daggers.
But it's a special dagger. Like, Bob genuinely doesn't get it. Like, he's thinking, what happened if I drop my crossbow? Like, he likes his crossbow.
If any of you would like to make insight rolls against Sophie, you will do so at advantage, because I'm fairly sure in the last dungeon, you saw Sophie swap out her dagger for another cool one that she found on a stand, right?
Yeah.
I think technically she has
Both.
like, yeah, no, she's got, because she has 2 normal daggers, and then she's got her other one that she was using, and then she left that one for a cool one. So she's got 3.
I think Bob has
collect.
noticed, but he's still going with it.
I think Talia's gonna insight check what's going on because she fully believes that we need to be getting back in the cart.
Mom, believe me! No! Don't look at my search history!
It was with advantage. 19 then. You said it was with advantage.
Unfortunately, it still doesn't beat that deception roll. You would have needed a nat 20
Yeah.
to possibly be able to do it.
And she's still gonna, like, even though she doesn't know what's going on, Talia's still like, what are you talking, like, we need to get moving as fast as possible so that we can help your sister. I don't understand why you're trying to delay us.
Just give me a couple minutes, it's fine!
And she's just
It's okay, I'll go with her. And Bob
Turns her
will,
back.
Bob will follow. But Bob will be sort of lean down a little bit. Like, what are you doing?
Nothing. I dropped my dagger. Told you.
Bullshit. What are you doing?
I think she's just gonna keep quiet, kind of hunker down and just kind of try to speed walk on her little legs away from Bob towards the cart.
He'll probably be like, you probably could speed away from him a bit with this new like leg he's got. He'll shrug and be like, okay, keep following you.
And that leg that was just 1 centimeter too long, causing you to do ever such a little bit of a junk rat walk.
Yeah, until there you go.
What are the rest of you doing?
Talia's gonna
Go on.
Talia's gonna stay in the cart because she's gonna try and keep the cart there. And they promised Ismark they'd help her. Like she promised, so she has to stay.
Talia, we cannot afford to wait around here. I'm almost certain that Strahd's eye is on us. We have to reach that windmill before nightfall.
We spent several hours burying your father. We can spend 5 minutes waiting for my friends. We're not gonna make it very far without them.
That's a fair point, but I would appreciate it if you could hurry them along. When we were burying my father, we were not sitting on Strahd's doorstep.
If you swear to me that you will wait here for us, I will go see what I can do.
I will give you a further 5 minutes. Is that fair?
Yes. And she's gonna hop out of the cart and run after them.
You run on out. Siri?
Siri's been following Sophie this whole time. She's just kind of really concerned now about what's going on in her sister's head, especially if it concerns herself. And yeah, she's sticking on them coattails.
Excellent. Well, Talia, you had 5 minutes until the cart leaves. I'm putting it on a real timer. Go.
Oh, God. Where'd you drop this dagger, Sophie? We need to go. He's only gonna give us 5 minutes, and then they're gonna leave without us, and we're gonna be stuck here.
We were going by and I dropped it. Give me a second. I know I can't search this whole crossroad. She's gonna yell out.
Sophie, are you crazy?
I'm not crazy. I'm distressed.
And Talia's gonna put her hand over her mouth.
Siri's gonna be looking frantically at the ground, trying to find this like dagger somewhere.
And is Sophie wandering off? Like we stopped where we flipped up. So if the dagger's not within like 10 feet of the cart, there's no reason to wander any further.
Bob is just watching again.
No, I like threw it. I was like gonna throw it, and then we bumped. So it might be by the cart.
There's no way you threw that dagger that far while we were flipping off of a cart.
I will go
I
have
can
a
throw
look at
daggers
the
really
cart.
far. You want to see?
And Bob leaves to walk towards the cart. He's like, I'll go have a look for it. I'll be back in a minute, Talia.
No, I'm gonna go too.
Irina is staying back by the cart, by the way.
That's fine.
Okay.
But Bob has headed straight to the cart, and he's looking around like, I don't think there was a dagger.
Sophie's just like every now and then just like kind of like glancing up at the castle. If it's is it in view?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she's like every now and then like glancing up at it, like almost like she's trying to like make a connection with it. Just
4 minutes.
Sophie, you got enough money from that dang house. You could just buy a new one.
This is a special material possession that can't be bought with more money, because it reminds me of the time that we saw ghost children.
Together.
It was a very special memory to us. Never before seen.
Sorry, you of all people should realize that we are under a time crunch.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Well, then we should all look faster. Let's all look together right now. And if the more eyes, the more likely we'll find it.
Check these crossroads really thoroughly.
Bob's like,
booms again.
I am. Like, and he's
thunder
going under the carriage.
The thunder booms again, almost in response to your voice, and you have 3 minutes.
Good. Okay.
Sophie, I am giving you 60 seconds to find this dagger, and then we are getting back in the cart, and we
Okay,
are
she's
driving
gonna,
away.
Okay. And she's gonna run over towards the other carriage, the one with the door open.
So you'll catch up to Bob. The pair of you will see that this cart is... There's enough room inside for 8 people to sit comfortably on fine red velvet cushions with fine curtains. The coach is driverless. The horses stand almost immoving, except for the braying of their the steam rising off from their nostrils.
Can Sophie whisper to one of the horses without anyone noticing her doing it?
Roll me a stealth.
I will try and perceive this. Can I try and perception check or something, or insight?
Welcome raiders as well, by the way. Tense moment, sorry. 2 minutes.
19 total.
Can I either perceive or...
What's your passive perception?
Oh, 12.
Yeah, no, you won't see it as you are
Okay.
checking out the cart.
So really quickly as she passes the horse, she's like,
Do you have connection to Strahd? Can you hear me? We're at the crossroad.
and then she'll go back to the cart and pretend to look around.
Guys, we have to go.
In your head,
And get away
Strahd,
from that thing.
Strahd says, I'll be there shortly.
Oh no. Okay.
What's the matter, Sophie?
Keep them busy for another 2 minutes.
Nothing. I just
I tell you what, I'll have a look in the garage. I may as well
yeah,
as I'm
you look
here.
into it, I'll look under it, and then some of the bushes around it, because I think I heard a leaf sound. You know, like a... You know the sound that... Foliage makes really weird sounds, doesn't it? Sometimes when you throw stuff at it, it just kind of...
1 minute.
Bob
That
is literally like looking like, what? But then gets in the cart.
We're getting ready to go. We do not have time.
Let's go right now.
I'm checking the inside of the cart. Is there anything in there?
You've got inside the cart?
I got inside the cart. Bob
Perfect.
thinks he's genuinely looking for a dagger.
There's, you can have a good old look around, but... What about Siri? What's Siri doing in all this? 30 seconds.
Suri's kind of panicking and wondering, and she's like, Sophie, are you sure we shouldn't follow Talia? Sophie?
No, it's fine. We have plenty of time. I'm gonna find. I can't leave without it. I really can't leave without it.
That's
Trust
it.
me.
Last call. We're going.
Wait, would you calm down?
Like Bob sat on
Talia,
these...
we had an agreement. 8, 7.
Bob is sat on these seats, like jumping up and down with it, like it's quite comfy.
Sophie's like made her way underneath the carriage, like pretending
Talia's
to
gonna
look.
tell him to go.
She's like panicking under there, like.
Talia, as you tell them to go, Ismark and Irina begin speeding away. They don't need telling twice. They leave you with the black carriage.
Wait,
Wait,
how far away are they?
20 feet.
Sophie is underneath the carriage. How stealthily could she take her crossbow out and try to shoot one of the wheels to like make a thing come out to stop the carriage?
I need a stealth roll and an attack roll.
Come on.
Come on, Sophie.
Talia, you're really stressing Talia out, y'all.
Do I have any nat 20s?
You do. You have 2 nat 20s.
All right, hold up. Stealth roll. That was good. 16 plus my 5, and I'm gonna use a nat 20 on the attack.
A crossbow bolt fires from the cart and funks into the wood on the back wheel. The cart immediately skips to the side. At first, it looks like Ismark is going to keep going. And he does, as Irina holds onto the back of the cart. She tumbles from it and holds onto the back. And he continues going. The wheel breaks, the cart falls, and they are dragging the wheel sideways. After a short while, this is not a way that the cart can continue. The cart keels over and falls to the ground. This time Irina cannot hold on. She tumbles free. Ismark hops down and uses his sword, trying to cut the horses free from the cart so that they can make their getaway. Irina lays on the floor.
What
On top.
happened? Because Bob pokes his head out the side of this carriage.
Yeah, Sophie's gonna pretend to
Talia's-
come out from underneath and just be like, "What's going on?"
Talia's gonna run to help her. Are they close enough? Can she run over there to help her get up.
Oh, of course you can go and help.
I think Bob would as well, especially seeing Talia run. Bob would be like, I'm coming.
And Talia's gonna like bust ass over there to help, like to help get Arena on her feet first.
What happened?
Bob, we have to help them get out of here. She's not safe here, and we promised we would help, and now we're just causing more trouble. That's not okay.
We can get them out, and like Bob, if he can, he'll pick her up and take her over to the horses.
Just as Ismark cuts them free, he plops them on board. It seems to get darker. Much, much darker.
What is happening? Talia, what is this?
Nothing good. And she's looking around.
We move faster.
And has pulled out her sword.
I don't like any of this.
It's fine. It's just Barovia. You know, it gets dark and light. It doesn't get light, but it gets dark all the time. I'm sure it's just a cloud in front of another cloud.
And Bob has his crossbow in one hand, and the woman like tightly gripped, almost not over his shoulder, but like very close to him. And he turns his back to Talia so that they're back to back.
A swarm of bats flies through the area. They flutter around, passing under the cart where you very much are, Sophie, and they seem to whisper with the flutter of their wings, "You have done well." They swirl around and form on top of the carriage, so that the body is silhouetted by the moon, the shape of a man.
Do we all see this?
Yes.
Bob fires. He will just point and fire. This is something he doesn't know what it is.
Sure, make me an attack roll.
I'm gonna use a nat 20.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll damage on that?
It's not gonna do anything. Like...
While Bob's attacking, can Sophie try to pull Suri underneath the cart with her?
I think that's a good enough distraction. Yeah, the crossbow bolt hits the figure. They don't move at all.
Oh shit.
Tatiana,
No.
it's been many years. At last you have come to my domain. Ismark is just throwing the unconscious Tatiana over a horse and slapping its ass. He's diving on the other one, trying to get away.
And Talia's gonna try and get in between the figure and the horses to try and give them the chance to run.
Are you Strahd? No, Bob is just looking up at him like.
Some call me Strahd von Zarovich. Others call me the devil.
I'm going to call you Strahd. She's
may
not
call me.
Tatiana.
Whatever you wish. I know Tatiana when I see her.
You are wrong.
Perhaps you are.
But
It doesn't matter who she is. If she doesn't want to go with you, she doesn't have to do anything.
Wait. You think that she's Tatiana?
Is Sophie saying this from under the cart? Or Suri saying this from under the cart?
Yeah, pretty much.
Think Sophie's gonna like put her.
You may as well come out, the pair of you. You've done very well.
Oh no. You didn't say that.
Well, you know, all in a day's work, but what did we do well?
What did you do well, Sophie?
Sophie, what does he mean?
And
Sophie?
Talia just whips to like.
As soon as your attention is not on Strahd, he is gone.
And
So,
Talia turns around to look to see if he's taken not Tatiana with him.
The horse is riding ahead. You hear a cry from Ismark as Tatiana's body is, or Irina's body, is lifted from the horse. He throws himself from the horse, trying to grab at her as she is lifted away.
Bob looks to Sophie. We'll talk about this later, and he'll sprint off towards his mark.
Did you tell?
She's trying to save you.
Oh. How can I help?
He said if he has her, then he can take it away from you.
But what's he going to do to her?
I don't know, and I don't care. I want out of here. You're my family, and they're not.
Suri's gonna just like kind of pull her into this big tight like a hug. And just be like,
We can't take from other people's families. Not lives. Just gold and all of their humanly possessions.
I don't want you to die.
I won't. I'll just become fluffy and
No, you won't.
round.
Sorry, it's not a joke. I don't care if everyone else hates me. I'm gonna save you. That's what big
That's
sisters do.
We'll find an answer. For now, you should follow the Bob. And try and fix things. And maybe we'll find another answer. I don't know.
Well, he has her. He said he'd take it away now that he has her. He promised.
Well, then he better pay up. So we better go after him and make sure that he does his deed. His side.
Okay. Sorry, you're not mad at me, right?
How can I be mad at you? I love you.
Okay. Yeah. We don't look out for ourselves, then nothing
No
will
one
ever
else
get
will.
done. Exactly. Bob's gonna kill me. Same with Talia.
We should really try and fix a little bit of this if we can. Or at least get what we bargained for. And if not, then that Strahd is going to pay and he'll get no Tatiana thing. No Tatiana for him.
Right. Let's go then.
You are muted, Adam.
And outside of under the cart? What goes on away from this conversation? Talia, Bob?
Bob's run off to Ismark. He's gone to see if he's
So is Talia. I imagine that Strahd got Tatiana and got out of sight pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not really anything they could do. And
The cart is busted to hell, your cart. The other carriage still sits there, invitingly.
Bob looks to Ismark.
He has her. After all this time, he has her.
We'll get her back.
Ismark was out of range of hearing when he said, Sophie, well done. So unless one of you two betrays him, for now he will trust you all.
We will get her back.
Yes. Yes, but...
For now, we go to the windmill, we make a plan.
I am begrudged to leave her, but... You make sense. Whole armies have thrown themselves at Strahd's castle and...
Live today and fight tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's go.
We must find aid.
Are you
Talia's
right? Talia, I think you should check him.
So Talia's gonna like put a hand on his shoulder and look him over, and she's just gonna say, "I swear to you, I will do everything in my power to fix this."
He is somewhat blackened and bruised from the fall from the horse. He threw himself from a galloping horse to try and catch Irina. So he is. Some people have received broken ribs and that from this, and he is injured, but he's lucky.
Bob looks to Talia and says, walk ahead with him. I'll be back in a moment.
Sophie. Actually, no. Carry on.
And Bob will work his way towards the halflings. He will wait until there's a distance between Talia and Ismark. And he'll sort of hobble towards both Suri and Sophie. Come on, we're going to the windmill. Stay close, please. And he'll turn and keep walking away.
Sophie, you have done well. Come to the castle for dinner, and I will heal Suri tonight.
She's gonna just kind of like put her head down and like nod to herself. Not say a word. But she's gonna like kind of link arms with Suri and just kind of like give her arm a little squeeze.
Sisters stick together.
I wouldn't trust Strahd's carriage with my life, even if we did unsaddle the horses and fix our own. I think it best if we walk. Damn it, he's got what he wanted. We're probably safe.
I agree. That thing, we don't need to mess with that thing. But you should get on a horse, because having you walk all that way is going to be hard.
I appreciate the gesture, but I am perfectly fit and healthy. Perhaps the halflings with their smaller stride should sit up atop the horses. Though, without adjusted stirrups, they may fall.
We'll go slow. We'll all have to be walking anyway.
Or perhaps dear Bob with his wooden leg.
And Bob will be sort of arriving as you hear, it's like, there is nothing wrong with my leg. And he'll just keep walking, probably past them.
Talia knows better than to argue. But she's gonna keep walking, and if Sophie and Suri catch up, that's fine, but she's mad at them.
I am not sure of our chances of reaching the windmill before nightfall. The horses were going full gallop, and now here we are walking.
Then we find somewhere else.
Perhaps.
There is no perhaps about it. We do it or we die here.
Did they know what all they brought with them in the cart? Talia's just gonna look at him and she's gonna be, maybe we should go back and get some of the supplies that you brought. Throw them on the horses, and so that at least we have something.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I'm not thinking straight. Come, let us go back to the cart and gather things. Maybe we can make a litter and drag them.
Yes, that sounds excellent plan. So Talia's gonna lead the horses back to the cart and try and raid it for stuff.
Awesome. Could you all please make me investigation rolls?
Ooh. 5. Bob is so pissed.
4.
Talia is so annoyed.
12.
That would be a total of 13.
Well, the 12 and the 13 are the highest. Siri, you find Irina's sword that she was sharpening so diligently. It is silvered.
Does anything happen when I try to touch it then? Or am I good at the moment?
Well, the answer to that question is, do you touch it?
Upon finding it, Suri will not think. She will not think about any of that stuff, and she'll just go like,
Oh, I think I found it.
It feels warm to the touch. Like when you pick it up, it feels warm in your hand.
It's still warm.
Like Bob looks like warm.
Well, from where I'm guessing they were holding it, it's very warm.
Ismark is standing looking at a cartwheel. Or rather, where a crossbow bolt is protruding through the remains of a cartwheel.
What's the matter, Ismark?
Some kind of sabotage. Look, there's been a crossbow bolt that got right in the workings.
Bob will look back at Sophie.
Do you do that visibly?
No, he just casts, not in like an accusing way, he sort of casts his eye back at, like makes eye contact with Sophie, and then looks back at Ismark. There are loads of weird people in Barovia. There's probably someone in the bushes.
I just don't understand how Strahd saw us. I saw Irina and the priest. Bless
We are
this.
in his country. He will see anything he wants to see.
Alas, you are right. The rest of you, even though your rolls were fairly crap, you'll still find the supplies and stuff. It's not like they were hidden. The only real hidden thing was the sword. Shuri, your hand is now breaking out in a rash. It burns.
'Cause I don't know what was on her head.
And she'll like drop it, but still keep an eye on it.
Okay, it something is wrong with this sword, but if anybody wants it, it's right here.
Talia, you take it. And Bob will start scooping up a few more bits
And-
in Bob's hand.
I guess Talia will go and pick it up. What kind of? It was just like a long sword. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's just a silvered longsword. More like a broadsword, I suppose, but not two-handed.
Okay. So Talia's just gonna pick up the sword and look at it to see if she notices anything.
It's cold. Cold. Like a sword out in the cold.
And she's just gonna put it in her belt, hook it onto her belt, and call it a day and keep raiding for supplies. And this whole time, she has not acknowledged Sophie's presence at all. Like, it is chilly.
Oh.
Okay. We are all ready, we keep going. Together. Close.
Yes. Well, come then. Would you like a hand atop the horses? He says to Sophie and Shuri.
They're fine, I think you should probably take it.
If you all insist. He puts one arm on the saddle and just sort of like throws himself over.
Bob will lift him. Like, Bob will try and lift him anyway.
Even as you do, he sort of must have caught my ribs a little harder than I thought. He sort of slumps in the saddle, holding his ribs.
You'll be fine.
Of course I will, he says, sitting up, forcing himself straight for a moment. Doesn't last long, but he makes the effort. Let's go. He begins to walk the horses.
And Talia feels really guilty because he's hurting and he lost his sister. How many points would you say of damage she's taken?
Probably around 10.
And she's gonna heal him for like 5 points of damage to get him more stable, make it easier for him to heal, to ride at least.
Thank you.
And then she'll just kind of rest a hand like on his like calf because he's on the horse next to her, and he just will feel like just warm.
He knows what you're doing. Thank you, Talia, but please, Save your energy for the coming battle.
If you slow us down, it's not going to help anyone.
True. Well, come then. And he moves the horses to a faster walk.
Bob will go.
And did Sophie or Surrey get on a horse? There's 2, right?
There's 2 horses, yeah.
Sophie is staying like unnaturally close to Surrey in these moments.
And Talia's gonna look at Surrey and be like, if it's faster for you to ride, you should ride.
We'll just go on the one horse together.
I have to tell you something else.
What?
Not now. They're all looking at us.
Okay, then tell me on the horse. We'll take one horse.
Well, I'll help you up. And Bob will probably lift you both up one at a time.
What?
And yeah, they'll share a horse together.
Okay.
And we're walking.
Fantastic. And you walk. It's slow going. Compared to earlier, you were driving through this hilly land. Now, it seems so slow. The carriage behind you seems to be in view forever. Until finally you round a corner. Ahead, you can see some more dark gates in the distance. Before you get there, I'd like someone to roll me a d20 and someone to roll a d12 and someone to roll me a d8.
Okay, I'll roll a d8 then.
And I think Talia's got the D12.
Yeah.
6 and a 4.
As nighttime begins to fall, someone roll me a d6.
I can do that.
Why am I cosplaying Han Solo? That's
Yeah, I know.
destroyed me. Utterly destroyed me.
Now I can't unsee it.
No, all I see is Han Solo now, and it's all. I'd like to be like, oh, does that make me Princess Leia? But I'm definitely Chewbacca.
I know.
As Bob. Scruffy looking nerf herder right here.
Big walking carpet.
Well, interesting. Very interesting.
5 of what is about to pop out at us? That's my question.
5 snarling wolves the size of grizzly bears step out of the fog just ahead of you.
What?
Okay. Thalia.
The area is still lightly obscured by fog, and one comes out first, followed by several others.
Thalia,
My people.
we need them to run.
Who's the them that you're referring to?
Like, she's sort of looking at the 2 horses.
The
Again, who gets
wolves
on one?
go to either side of the path and sit.
They're not. Are they like growling at us? Or anything? Or are they just sitting there?
All their eyes are trained on Sophie.
On me? Oh no.
Or maybe
Well,
Siri. Difficult to tell if you're not Sophie, but Sophie, they're staring at you.
Bob walks a little bit closer to their horse and sort of gestures for Talia to go to Ismark's.
And she does, and she's got sword out at the moment. And is very confused.
Sophie.
Have you stopped?
No, I think she's gonna get them to keep going.
Sophie, Surely. If they attack, you'll run.
Okay.
And Bob will have his rapier out, but he's not raising it in a sort of aggressive position. He's just got it ready.
Oh, this is so cool. I've just realised at the back of my book there is a map which I can tear out. I'm really excited about that, sorry. Whew, okay, I've been all cooled out. So, you are making your way through, yeah?
Yeah, she's gonna keep going if they're not leaping at her, but...
The wolves do not leap, they just sit and watch. 2 on one side of the road, 3 on the other. As you pass, they begin to follow. Further down the road, you can see the black carriage moving this way as well.
Don't like this.
Let's just get out the other side of the gate.
If they let us.
I'm not feeling too great about this. Perhaps we should put some haste in us.
Go faster.
I don't know if Bob can jog.
Bob, can you get on behind Suri and Sophie? Is there room?
And he sort of looks up and you sort of see him just sort of start to shrink and shift a little bit, and he looks almost like a cross between both of them as a halfling. He's like, okay, now I can. And he sort of climbs up.
Talia, get on ahead of me. And he...
Yep, Talia's gonna hop right on and grab the reins from him.
And Bob will now have a crossbow out ready.
Are we in the castle like territory right now? Like if we go through the other gate, we will be leaving the castle territory.
And Talia's gonna like, yeah.
As you speed up, the litter that was tied to the 2 horses goes awry. Ismark leans back and cuts it to stop it affecting the other horse. The rations and supplies go all over the road.
Bob. Bob will charge the horse after Talia.
Well, this depends. Did you get on the back or the front? Who's driving this horse?
He's on the back, but he slapped the horse.
When Bob slaps it, Sophie's gonna turn it to go towards the castle while the other 2 run off. I'm so sorry. Like as a player, I hate this. I hate it.
No, do the character. Do the character.
I know.
As a player, I am like, don't split the party. As also a consumer of this show, I'm like, this is such good content.
As you steer the horse right towards the castle, the wolves begin to lope after Talia and Ismark.
Well, what are you doing? Turn, now get them.
She's gonna stay completely silent and just like head straight, super like just tense face. Like for Sophie, who usually looks quite cheerful and charismatic, she is deadpan serious right now.
Like Bob in his head, he knows he can't jump from this horse. He has one leg at the moment when he's just not used to, and he's just shouting after Talia. He's basically just telling her to run faster.
All 5 wolves chase Talia and Ismark.
And she's gonna make that horse go as fast as it can with both of them on the back, trying to get to the gate.
As the 5 wolves have begun chasing, you don't need to tell this horse to go fast. This horse is going as fast as it damn well can.
Bob is firing at the wolves, as he sort of goes in the opposite direction, but he'll try and fire at some of the wolves.
I'll give you time for 1 shot before you split too far apart.
Okay. 23.
That's a hit.
Talia's in trouble, like. 7.
You see one of the wolves take like this bolt in the side. It doesn't seem to. It only seems to stop its like gait once though, and it soon gets back into its back into its trot. Has Suri anything to say about this? I imagine Suri is sitting between Sophie and Bob, while Bob is screaming and shooting, and Sophie is being resolute and like.
This is like where there's a moment like Suri, like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. I feel so conflicted. I want to save myself. I want to help my friends. I want to love my sister. We're off to find a mister. Like, like she's just kind of in this catatonic state of being literally sandwiched between her two like emotions of options right now.
Talia is chased off scene by 5 wolves. We will stay with this horse for the moment. No one follows you. You make your way across the land. You can go back to the cobbled road, Sophie, if you wish to steer and make way. You can see the cart coming along behind you also. The carriage, sorry.
I don't think Sophie would stop until she got to, like, the main gate, like, door of the castle.
Oh, okay, so it's quite a ride. Good job you've got a horse.
Yeah, because, you know, he said for dinner, and it's nighttime, so that's what she's determined to do, is to get her sister in there.
After winding through the craggy mountain with the sparse forest, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. The carriage comes to a dead stop. Oh no, the carriage comes to a dead stop behind you before the twin turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of the 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into unknown depths. A lowered drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway to the courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare down at you out of their hollow-eyed sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with grove, hangs above the tunnel entry. Beyond this location, the main doors of Ravenloft stand open. A rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open doors.
I don't think we should take the horse across the drawbridge if it looks that, like, unsteady, right? Just as like a precaution. So I think before getting to the drawbridge, before the horse steps on it, Sophie will stop it. She'll just pull back on the reins and get it to stop.
Has Bob anything to say?
Bob will get off the horse and find the closest thing and smash it. Just pick it up and throw it, and just continue to pick things up and throw it. He's flicking between tabaxi, orc, furbo, human. He is just going through all these things, and he continuously throws things. And then if there's like a stone like gargoyle or statue, he'll pick it and he'll just smash it on the floor and turn back and look at them in like his very feral tabaxi form again, like heavy breath, like, what the fuck was that?
Sophie's gonna get off the horse and like help her sister get down. And she's gonna hand Bob the reins of the horse. I'm sorry.
He's not taking them from you. Sophie, I'm really struggling to understand right now. Talia is on her own with a wounded soldier being pursued by wolves.
You shouldn't have gotten on the horse, Bob.
I needed to because of this. And he just points down at his leg. He's like, what is happening here, you two?
So, you know how, I've got this whole werewolf thing going on, and I've only got like a limited amount of time to solve this. We may have made a deal with the devil.
No, it's not Suri's fault, it's mine.
What did you do?
I shot the cart.
I know that. I put that together. Why did you shoot the cart?
Because if he got her, he said he would take it away from Suri. He said he would cure her.
You believed him?
Yes, I believed him because I don't believe anything else here. It's the only chance I have. No one else knows anything, and I will do anything to help her.
Do you not believe me?
Can you take it out? Can you cure her?
I said I would. I said I would help you find it.
Do
and
you
then
know how, Bob?
I do not know how, but I was going to help you how. If I had known you'd made a bargain with Strahd, do you think I would have not helped you? Do you think I would have let your sister here die? Do you think I would not have offered you advice? I know I'm not that intelligent. I know I am the one that comes and whacks and kills things. I'm not the brains behind the whole operation. It doesn't mean I'm going to let you wander into that castle with that arsehole up there who could kill you like that if he wanted to. Do you think maybe I would have... Did it cross your mind that I might have said yes?
No, because you work for Talia and she would
I
say
don't
no.
work for Talia. Talia is my friend. In Barovia, I keep you all alive. I've known Talia since she was a child. I didn't want to come to Barovia. I came here not because I was told to, but because you're all stupid enough to wander in here.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seats.
I got on your horse because I don't trust what you're going to do. I believe your intentions are good. I believe they're for your sister. I just don't think you're thinking straight.
I can't lose anyone else, Bob.
You're not going to. You think we would have just let her days run out?
No, but I don't think we know what we're doing here. I don't think any of us have a grasp on anything. You saw what that house did to us. Your leg is gone.
Who stayed with you in the house? Who carried you in the house?
I'm not saying that you're not valiant. I'm not saying that you're not strong and brave, but I'm saying we
I'm
don't
not
know what we're
valiant.
doing
I
here.
am not strong. I am not brave. I am scared. I have lost my leg. I don't know where the fuck my hand is. Like he's just like holding like stuff up. Like I am scared of what could happen. I'm not scared of Strahd. I'm scared of what Strahd can do. He is a jumped up posh man in a castle. People like that are scary. They have more power than they know what to do with. Now, he sort of takes a breath. He's like, we're going to go in the castle and find out whatever it is. If it changes, then let's go and do it. But let's do it as the three of us, not as the two of us. Come here. And he sort of pulls you into like a hug. And he's like, you are an idiot. And then he lets go and starts walking up the path to the castle.
You know, like when kids like get in trouble and they kind of like start crying because they're relieved, like they know that they're still in trouble. I think Sophie kind of starts doing like one of those little like whimper things and just like follows Bob. Like tries to grab Suri and just
Suri's just finding this moment so beautiful. Like, oh, we made real friends.
Both of you stop crying. That won't bode well for Strahd. And he'll just like take off his scarf and throw it back to both of you to share and keep walking.
share scarf crying.
Thick, cold fog swirls in this courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame.
You think he'd take better care of the place?
I'd at least have somebody, you know, looking after it for him.
You think? I'll mention it to him over dinner.
So you can see from here that you can head straight into the main entrance, or you can head around the castle to the sides. You are within these 90-foot walls.
Where do you want to go, Sophie? Did he actually tell you where to go? Or do we ring the bell?
I think maybe we should just ring the bell. That's a good idea.
Okay. And Bob will start looking to see if there is a bell.
Suri suddenly, as they're starting to knock, she's go, okay, like, okay. She starts like kind of straightening up her appearance a little bit, like,
Gotta look nice. He's fancy.
Bob sees this as slightly straightens his waistcoat, but otherwise doesn't really sort of ruffles the fur on top of his head. He doesn't quite get it. And he'll ring the bell if there is one.
There is not a bell.
He'll just-
However,
But the doors are open, right?
the doors are open, yes.
Oh.
The doors are wide open, and inside you can see further two more smaller doors which swing open as you approach.
Suri's going to immediately yell in with a bit like,
Hello!
Hello! Hello!
Woo!
Woo! Woo!
I think there's an owl in here.
Is he home? Is he home?
Torches are lit. Torches don't light themselves.
I might improve, yeah.
As you walk forwards, you can see inside. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by the fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is this second set of doors that swing open slowly. There is a grand hall filled with the sounds of organ music.
Oh, hello? Strahd? Guy? He said something about dinner. Maybe we should find a dining hall?
I'll follow you.
Is there any smell of food anywhere?
ooh. Is there? Suri be hungry.
There is not a smell of food right now, no.
I guess Sophie would just kind of like, you know, like when you're in a house that you've never been in, you're like, I think the dining room might be over here. Like, she'll just kind of make her way through like the main foyer.
As you enter the main foyer, you can see cobwebs stretched between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of the great dusty hall, dimly littered by sputtering sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles, squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east to the north. A wide staircase climbs into the darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains yet another set of bronze doors, through which you hear the sad, majestic organ tones. An elf with brown skin and a long black hair descends the wide staircase, quiet as a cat. He wears a grey cloak over the black-studded leather armor and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. "My master is expecting you," he says.
Oh. What's your name?
My name is Rachedin.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you had some phlegm in your throat there.
No, that is intentional. Rachedin.
Din.
Do you have a nickname?
Oh, Raki?
No,
Or just for short, or?
no.
Okay. So can you take us to him?
Yes. Follow me.
Bob will put a hand on both, like Sophie and Sherry's shoulders. Words today. He's like, don't separate. Stay very close.
He takes you down the south entranceway. To your right, there is another set of double doors. And to your left, this is almost a guest hall. Torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending in a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. The large double doors, hanging slightly open, are to the west. And the steady bright light escapes through the room, through the opening. Swells of organ music come from behind the door, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the hall. This is the dining hall.
Okay. And we should expect him when?
You can hear him playing now.
So that's him doing the whole music thing.
Yes.
Should we just wait?
No,
Here?
come in. We have set the table in preparation for you. Such a shame your friend couldn't join us.
Oh,
Yeah,
she wasn't hungry.
Sound like her. Always down for food, but not today.
Three enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber as he throws wide the doors. Pillars of stone stand against the dull white marble wall, supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. Strikingly, it reminds you of Talia, Bob. The table is laden with many delectable foods, roasted beast basted in savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste. You can smell them filling your nose now, so this door was holding all the smells in. Sweet fruits and vegetables also. Places are set for each of you, and one for Talia, with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid, with delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in tones of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, is a single caped figure. He pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. The figure suddenly stops, as a deep silence falls over the dining hall. It slowly turns towards you. And that's where I'm going to take a brief intermission, as I need a bio.
I'm so worried about Talia right now.
I'll just sit here and be miserable.
Talia is currently being chased by wolves with a very injured person.
Oh.
I'm kind of glad I healed him now.
I have to pee too. Hold on, I gotta like stress pee or something. Oh my god.
Yeah, we separated the party, and worst of all, we separated the party in Barovia.
Yeah.
And we didn't separate it
unevenly.
50-50.
No,
Yeah, and unevenly.
We physically went.
My level 3 self is essentially alone. I'm like crossing my fingers that Ismark's like an NPC at like level like 25.
I was gonna say, so that he might at least like get you out of like must survive.
Or I would not be surprised if like Strahd comes and fetches me when I'm not there at dinner.
What if Strahd comes and gets you?
Which
isn't
yeah. That's what I'm wondering. But then what if Ismark comes with? He might try and stab Strahd.
Strahd either way is just gonna.
He's about to basically, I think, he's just all alive.
I see a corgi. Sorry. I see a corgi.
That would be the cutest twist. And instead, you're just
caged corgi. Like,
yeah.
Corgi. He pulls back the hood. Corgi.
Corgi.
Curse of corgi. Oh. There you go. That's a good Halloween one.
Now I'm just thinking of how adorable little corgi butts are. Those little
Yeah, 'cause
big
they do
fluffy
the
butts. Oh, speaking of corgi. If we were so close, Pippin like came in just a little bit onto the screen.
Did they do that little
Really?
thing?
Yeah, and when they do like wag their tail, they're like wagging the whole of their like back, essentially, to like wag their tail.
Like, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Gotta go.
Oh, I love them.
I'm excited.
That was a good de-stress 30 seconds, I think, right there.
Everyone corgi butts. Like,
Relax, it's gonna be fine.
Oh. The cutest
looking
Strahd is in chat. I like that. The cutest
Strahd.
Strahd. Yeah.
Oh,
You've just got a wonderful corgi playing the organ
Oh.
dramatically in a
with like a
anybody
tongue,
else-
like I was all like.
It's just like,
Did anybody else see that we got another 10 retweets?
yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Can Strahd have the wild magic surge? Can
Well,
like
it could be good though.
We were
Oh,
talking
God,
about
I've just seen
what if
things
Strahd
jump.
was a corgi, Rachel? And then Pippin came slightly onto the screen, just slightly.
Oh, what a good boy.
that was good. We got in a little mini decompression session just there.
For what is otherwise a rather stressful episode.
Talia,
Okay. Yes.
you sit atop the horse with Ismark behind you, galloping hard as the rain begins to fall into your face. 5 wolves begin not only loping, but now sprinting. They are toying with you. 2 run to the sides of one runs to either side of the horse.
She's gonna not engage until the last second, I think. How far away is the gate? You said we could see it.
The gate is looming. The gate is looming. You can see the fog spilling out of the forest ahead to swallow up the road behind you. Ahead, jutting from the impenetrable woods on both sides of the road, are the high stone buttresses looming grey in the fog. The huge iron gates hang on the stonework. Dew clings with cold tenacity to the rusted bars. 2 headless statues of armed guardians flank their gate, their heads now lying among the weeds at their feet. They greet you with silence. As you run across the bridge, you see the wolves running with you. You sort of see the shot but from above as the wolves, easily keeping up all around you, run across the bridge. It's not far now. We can, as long as we can just get around the corner and through the woods, we're nearly at the mill.
And Talia's gonna say, then let's go. Let's try and make it.
Ahead of you, the mist closes.
And she's gonna just keep diving for the gate and go straight into it.
It's almost as though a silence comes with the mist. Just the horse running, apparently. Didn't realize I still had that one going. almost silent as you run into the mist, just the sounds of the forest around you, and the snarls, the gentle snarls of the wolves nearby. The horse panting in your ears as you drive it. Ismark breathing against your neck as he clings to you. His ribs stifling groans. Can you see?
I can't. Can she? Can she see anything through this mist? Can she at least see the road underneath the horse's hooves?
You can see down enough to see the road.
So she knows that they're still on the road. They're not
You know that you're
wandering
still on
off
the
into the
road.
woods.
Oh, you are at full gallop, correct?
Mm-hmm. And she's gonna have to pull to slow down. She doesn't want the horse to go straight into a tree.
You pull to slow down just in time as you see the road ahead curve to the left. You can just see it at, literally at your baseline. There's a tree just ahead, which you surely would have run into.
And she's gonna say, I can't see anything, but if we stay slow, we might be able to continue to follow the road. This is ominous.
It seems too quiet now. Suddenly the snarls seem to have rescinded.
And she's trying to look around as if maybe she could see something. Not that she can. And she's gonna tell Ismark, hold on to my waist, hold on to me, just so that we lower the risk of one of us falling off. And she's gonna keep slowly moving through the fog, I guess, trying to follow the road as best she can.
It happens very quickly. At once the horse rears. All of a sudden there is snarling behind you, and as you look back you can see a thick, almost like shag pile furred wolf snarling as it's clinging desperately to the hindquarters of this horse. Ahead, a wolf dives forward from in front of you, gripping its neck, pulling you, Ismark, and the horse to the ground. Would you like to make me a dex save, please?
Yeah, I was working on it. 22.
Ismark's leg is trapped under the horse. However, he tries to draw his sword as the horse doesn't stand a chance. Two of the wolves begin to feast on the horse. Ismark, shouting, is trying to kick the horse off his leg.
There's no way Talia's moving a horse. Could she try and pull him out from under it, though? I might break his leg, but...
Yeah. I feel like that might be an athletics.
Can I use an @20?
Yeah, of course you can use an @20.
He's my only backup. I'm alone in the woods. I'm not leaving my only backup.
So, on a @20, you know how, when a kid sees the whole kid under a car adrenaline thing? That's what the @20 is going to give you right now. You see his leg trapped under the horse, and you have that adrenaline rush, and you pull so hard, you hear an almighty crack, and he cries out. However, you can drag him clear. His leg does come with him from under the horse.
Still has it.
He still has it. You are alone in the mist. There's only 2 wolves accounted for eating the horse. They don't seem to be too bothered with you.
She's gonna try and get Ismark up on his feet. see if it's broken. See if his leg's broken.
As you try and lift him, he can't stand.
She's gonna see if she can heal the leg to at least get him moving. Because their options are to run or climb a tree, and neither of which is gonna happen with his broken leg.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna use her lay on hands points.
Okay,
I've
yep.
got 10 left.
You heal him for 10. He puts his foot down. It's sore, but I can manage.
Okay.
It's sore, but I can manage.
Let's keep moving. Hopefully the horse will distract the wolves, but if we see another one, let's stay near the trees.
Yes. Okay. He still has his sword drawn, his silvered sword.
And she's going to draw hers too. And I think she's gonna. She can't see anything. Her only guide is the path, so she's gonna have to stay on it.
Just on the edge of the mist to your left, you see a wolf sort of dive at the mist and then dive away again. Just to your left. Snaps at you for a second and growls.
But it doesn't actually come all the way up.
It just snaps at the mist.
I don't know if the wolves like this mist very much either.
Oh, it's snapping at you, sorry, but just
At
on the
me.
edge of the mist. Oh, yeah.
Just on the edge. What do you know about these mists? They only come out at night, right?
I know they are connected to Strahd.
Did we make it through the gate?
Yes.
How far away do you think this windmill is?
We hit the first turn in the road. We hit the first turn in the road. We've still got... Oh, God, we've got a few miles on foot. We won't get there tonight. We need to find somewhere else to hide.
She's gonna say, if you don't know of anywhere else, then we're gonna have to go up into the trees.
See you are ready to learn.
We have to get out of range of these wolves.
Cody's in the chat.
Aha.
Conti, sorry. Lord Conti is in the chat. Conti is donating to make things worse.
Really?
Oh, so kind.
The wolves dive right at you, and then dive away again. But they keep doing it, driving you right.
And she's gonna let them drive her away. As long as, if they're pushing her some direction, as long as they're not actually biting, she's just trying to keep them from attacking, because there's no way that the two of them are gonna make it against 5 giant wolves. So she's gonna turn off to the right, I guess.
Yeah. You.
Kind of drag his mark with her.
He's going with you. He's this. Look. I think if it comes to it, I think I can fight. But if there's more than 2 or 3 of them, spud, or tater, or potato hollow. Makes things better for Talia only. The trees are suddenly gone. The bracken underneath you is suddenly gone. You are standing on what looks like a plain hill. And the wolves are all around you waiting. All 5. The 2 behind you driving you to this point. The 3 ahead waiting.
Is Ismark still with me?
Ismark is still with you. I will make my stand here. I will try and get their attention. You should run.
I don't have anywhere to run to without you.
Anywhere would be better than this.
She can't leave him.
Would you...
She has to fight with him.
I would like for you to roll me some initiative, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Chat, now would be a good time. Some nat 20s. Lots and lots and lots of nat 20s.
Oh, just a 9, Ismark.
Ugh.
Well, one of them goes between you.
And all of the rest of them hit us first.
We will pan across to a dining room laid out with fine china, silver spoons, where the devil Strahd has just turned from his organ to address you.
Hello.
Welcome, my friends. I hope your journey was not too troublesome, he says with a wry smile.
It was pleasant. Beautiful place you have here.
Do you like it, Suri?
It's a acquired taste.
You could use a little work.
I made this castle for my mother, you know. It is named after her, the Lady Ravenloft. Well.
That's very nice of you.
Very sunny.
Please, take a seat. I would hate for your dinners to go cold.
Bob will not, break eye contact with Strahd and just loudly, slowly pull a chair out from the table, sit down, and then once again loudly scrape it back in and probably starts looking at the silverware. I'm sorry, I don't normally sit at the table.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, you have done me a great service.
I've done you nothing.
Long have I waited for Irina to be here. Well, though she who believes herself to be Irina Kolyana. Although I know her to be Tatiana, truly.
Where is she?
She is upstairs. Safe now. Forever in my care.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seats.
Well, she's here now, so you need to fix my sister, like you
Of
promised.
course. Of course. On the table behind you there, you will find a scroll. Unfortunately, Tatiana is currently occupied. She is unable to read it for you. But should you get any priest, cleric, or healer to read this scroll, Suri will be cured. It is a scroll of greater curse removal.
How do we know you're telling the truth?
He turns his smile to Bob a little sweet for a moment. Because I am the Strahd von Zarevich, and I keep my word.
I don't really know you, so I'm asking.
Well, you would be well to remember that I hold dominion over this entire domain, as I have done for 1,000 years. And I always keep my promises. Ask the villagers.
I will believe you when this one is fulfilled.
Take the scroll. Unfortunately, cursed as I am, I cannot read the scroll for you. One like your Talia.
Bob will stand up at that point.
She will be able to read this spell for you.
Do you know if Talia is okay?
He waves his hand. You know, I can see all that is touched by the mists. You see Talia running through the woods, flanked by wolves. It's as though the mist doesn't exist for you. You can just see it clear as the wolves are clearly driving her towards where 3 others wait.
And he looks to Sophie and Shuri and says, "We're going. Now. You've got your scroll. We need to go get Talia."
I think Sophie at that point would just stand up and she's had her head down like this whole time. And she'll just pick up the scroll and wait.
Sophie, you have trusted me once. And you would do well to trust me again. I will call these creatures off. They are, after all, under my dominion. I usually let them play, but you need Talia. Do for me some simple services, and I will come to your aid when you need.
What service is it you require of her?
Things that are not of consequence. Delivering a person here, as you have done for me today. Perhaps changing some numbers there. Maybe
What do you want?
occasionally removing someone from a church or holy place.
Can you get us to leave Barovia?
Yeah, I kind of want to go home. Especially if this whole werewolf thing isn't working out.
With time. Serve me well, and I will gracefully give you your wish, once I feel you have earned it. Many have tried to leave Barovia. It is a most precious gift. Bob, though, you are not convinced.
Of course I'm not.
What card was it you drew from the fortune teller, Madame Eva? Who was it who should help you?
He just remains staring at Strahd.
The broken one, no?
What of it?
You will find him in the forests towards Mount Baratok, far to the north of here. There is a path that leads all the way from the road to Valaki around Lake Zarovich.
Why are you telling me this?
I cannot dine on the same food as you, unfortunately. It tastes like ash in my mouth.
Why are you telling me this? Creepy old men that chuckle at sorrow and steal women they can't have for themselves shouldn't laugh at others.
Alas, I cannot see my reflection, but I'm almost certain I do not appear old.
It's a matter of opinion. And Bob will stand and look to Sophie and Shuri. I'm going to get Talia. I suggest you come with me.
Just the odd jobs here and there, Sophie. Eventually I will let you leave my domain. I can be a fair ruler. I can be a cruel ruler.
Is that what the people of the village say?
They call me Devil and attack me nearly once a year whenever some outsider comes along with some vagrant plan to overthrow me and take my dominion away. You can be different. The first outsiders to help me.
So, what do you think gave them this idea as to why they should maybe get rid of you in the first place? I mean, they must have motivation, right?
Like you, Siri, I am cursed. Alas, for me there is no cure, nor should I want one. My curse is both curse and blessing. I am Strahd Eternal.
Eternal can get very lonely.
Not now you have brought me back, my Tatiana.
I mean, did she want to come back?
She will when she remembers. It's just a matter of time. And like I said, I am eternal. And so can she be.
It just seems to me, Mr. Strahd, sir, that maybe if she was struggling so much to come back, then maybe she doesn't want this whole eternal thing. I mean, eternal is a long time. I mean, that's at least like... Carry the 3, drop the 2. I mean, at least 30 years.
30 years. You fickle creatures do not know what you want. You do not have the time to decide, do not have the time to settle down. Only the oldest of you ever truly find something they can master. No, better I make decisions for her.
I'm done here.
Oh, but Bob, you've hardly eaten a thing.
I don't want your food.
I suspected as much.
For a man who can't eat proper food because it tastes like ash, what the hell have you cooked for us?
Roast boar, roast chicken.
You can see, like, his mouth water a little bit, but he's really trying to, like, keep his cool, and he's like...
This is the latest thing over here, some sort of soft cheese mixed with vegetables. They call it cauliflower cheese.
Pretty tasty stuff.
I'll pass.
I'll take some.
I suspected you may not wish to stay. Rahadin has laid out doggy bags for you. I nearly said body bags.
Excuse me, my friend is in trouble. And Bob will get up to leave, but won't leave until he sort of looks back at Sophie and Shuri.
What do I have to do to get the wolves off of her? What do I have to do for you?
Simple errands. Head to Valaki. I'll tell you more once you get there. I believe this one will involve a toy maker.
Sophie, you don't have to do this.
I don't want Talia to die.
Talia won't die. I'm going to go get her.
You can all see as the combat begins. First wolf lunges towards I've lost his character sheet. Ismark. With its pack so close, it has advantage. As it bites deeply into his leg. Ismark stays standing, as the second creature does the same. However, this time it misses. The third wolf lunges at Talia through the mists. Does a 16 hit you, Talia?
Yeah.
Please make me a strength save as you take 10 piercing damage.
Nope.
Talia is pulled to the ground by the wolf.
Bob
Are we supposed to see this happening?
And bleeding significantly.
Bob shouts, he's like, stop it.
I can stop it.
Stop it now. You're
Sophie.
doing this on purpose.
I'll do it.
Bob would pick up a plate or anything. And
As
just
soon as
throw
Sophie
it.
says I do it, he snaps his fingers and the wolves immediately leave them alone. They back off and let them be. The plate sails straight through Strahd.
Bob will stride towards him.
I'm sorry I couldn't join you in person this evening. Feel free to leave my castle at your leisure.
What are you?
And the illusion of Strahd disappears.
Bob will probably just smash another plate.
Rahadin says, I understand your distress, but you see it's not Strahd who will clear that up, it'll be me.
And he sort of looks, he suggests you get another employer, and he'll walk out and leave the room to go and try and find a horse.
Your horse is missing outside. However, the carriage sits waiting for you. As you approach, the black door swings open, invitingly.
He's like, ugh. All well. And he just hops in the carriage.
Yep. I think it takes Sophie a minute to kind of, after Bob was like throwing plates and being angry, and she kind of just kept her head down and kind of was there for a moment, living with what she had decided to do before making sure she had the scroll in her hand and following Bob out towards the carriage.
As they do, Suri's going to like grab Sophie's like hand and like squeeze it, just so she knows like, hey, it's okay, still here.
The carriage begins rolling down the hill back the way you came, through the mountains and sparse forest. Comes down to the fork in the road where you can see the remnants of the cart. Driving along the road, it bumps occasionally as it hits one of the rations that you dropped on your hasty pass. Ahead, you can see the remains of a horse in the road. And the cart stops.
Is where do we get off? and Bob will hop out, crossbow in one hand and rapier in the other. And he's just like, Talia! He's just shouting her name.
Talia, the wolves did indeed back away from you. Before it got to your round in the combat, Sophie came to your aid, though you don't know it yet. Thank you, Potato Hollow, for the good thing.
No.
Good thing for now. So she's on the ground, right? She got knocked down.
Oh yeah, she got knocked down, yeah. Well, dragged down more. The wolf, like, sort of tore your hamstring and pulled you to the ground.
Nommed down. And she's confused as to why the wolves are leaving. And she's gonna turn to Ismar, because he's still, like, functioning.
Yeah. He got, he got bit quite bad. But, he can sort of shrug it off. He's limping heavily. He's definitely below half HP. But he offers a hand to try and help you up.
And she's gonna try and get up. And she's faring a little tiny bit better than he is.
The mist has also alleviated by this point.
Can she hear Bob calling for her?
Almost certainly.
And so she's gonna fuck it and yell out, "Over here!"
As soon as he hears her, he'll run. He'll just break into a run.
You can meet. You're around the edge of a piece of forest as the road curves to the left. Ahead, as you can see, on a slight rise almost imperceptible. It would have been imperceptible in the mist, but from the forest line you can see it rises gently into a hill. And just a little way ahead sits Talia with Ismark.
And he will run straight over there, probably drop down so that he can check her. And he does that really quick, tight hug, and then pushes her back again, looking at her face. Like, "Are you okay? I mean, how badly injured are you? I saw them leave. What happened?"
And she's terrified. She's like shaking. She's maybe even is kind of like crying in relief. Now, she thought they were done for.
Like, he doesn't know what to do with like tears. He's like, and he just like pulls down his sleeve, and he doesn't like. It's not soft. It's literally like a proper like smack on your face and like wipe. He's got no like. He's like, "I don't understand."
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And she's saying it just as much for herself as for Bob. Like, I'm okay. What? Where did she... there were wolves, and they just...
Sophie got rid of them.
How did she do that?
Do you promise to not get mad? I was pretty mad, but I tell you it's okay.
And she's like, I can promise not to do anything rash.
We met Strahd.
Strange fellow.
Wait, are we there? Are Sophie and
Oh wait, are we there?
Wait, are we there?
I think we did follow, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we followed.
Did you follow as quickly?
I think you're probably just rounding the corner.
Probably not as... Sophie wouldn't have followed as quickly.
And I guess Suri's
the
like
last
holding
one, though.
hands with Sophie.
Just to drag your sister and make her go a little faster.
We met Strahd.
What do you mean?
Strahd. Kind of.
How did you get out alive?
Strahd, I broke some of his blades. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I think I broke a gargoyle as well.
think given the circumstances, it's okay, Bob.
Sophie made a deal. For
Have
your
a-
life, you were going to die. You saw it. It was a difficult decision. One that she took upon herself. She wanted to help.
During this excitement, the evening has long passed. It is dark. You can see by this weird, luminescent light that seems to come with the tendrils of mist that remain. Unless, of course, you have dark vision, in which case you can see perfectly. The nearly full moon beats down on you, Suri. And despite having just eaten, you feel awfully hungry.
Oh man. Can we get something to eat around here?
Sophie looks awfully tasty.
I mean, even my own sister's starting to look like a snack right now.
Isn't that a compliment? Slang for something. Is that orcish slang? Snack?
I don't know, but from what I saw, it's spelled with 2 C's, which I'm pretty sure is incorrect.
I think so. But listen. Back on track. Talia, I'm sorry. I don't expect you to understand. I need you to just I don't know what I need you to do. I didn't want you to die. And I know I messed up. But I needed to save my sister. Because back home I don't have anyone else. And I'm not saying the way I did it was right. I don't know if there are other ways, but I don't... When it comes to her, I'll do what I have to do. And he gave me, and she's gonna pull out the scroll, gave me this, and he said you could do it.
And Talia will take the scroll and she looks at Sophie and she's like, I think I understand why you did what you did. You don't. And we're even, since whatever you did to save me. Even though I was in that position in the first place because of you. But Sophie, you need to remember, you don't just have Suri, you have 2 other people here now who are doing everything we can. And at some point, you're gonna have to trust us. And she's gonna look at the scroll and see what she makes of it.
Muted scrap.
At the top of the scroll is a title in common saying, Remove Curse Scroll. This scroll is designed to remove the curse of one person, for which you will need a vial full of their blood, 5 grams of silver, and some fire.
And she's like, we need components for this. We need silver, and I'll need to get some of Suri's blood, and we need fire. And I don't know if making a fire right here, right now is the best idea.
I will keep you safe this night, Sophie.
I think we'll be okay. I don't think he's gonna let anything happen to us. To me.
Sophie, I'm doing this to show you what trust looks like. I'm going to trust you. I hope one day you figure out how to do the same for me.
Same here.
And she is like she's got silver coins in her pocket. Is that enough?
5 grams isn't that much, right?
Yeah, it's not that much.
No, it's not that much.
Either a piece of jewelry that you found recently or some coins, either would be sufficient.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
that
she's
box,
got-
but the necklace I have is like platinum.
Nice.
Yeah. So she's gonna take some of the silver coins out of her pocket. I mean, she found a bunch in the. Yeah, she got like 30. That's more than 5 grams there.
I've got 3 copper. I'm rich.
I've got. I mean, I guess I have 3 rings that are worth about 25 gold each, and I've written down one something that's 750 gold.
Wait, what was my hairbrush? Was the hairbrush silver? We could break part of the hairbrush off, like the handle, like the end of the handle. We could just. I don't know how it can't just break silver.
I have no idea.
We just real quick. Bob,
It's like in was it Knight's Tale where they miraculously just break the parts off of this like trophy.
The gold trophy.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
That's one to me for
not that
sure.
soft. Oh. So maybe like we could sell the hairbrush. And then I could give the money back to Talia for the silver.
Talia's just gonna take some of the silver coins out of her pocket
Bob
and do the thing.
Because
Would it be
Talia
a
is always
D&D game
poised.
if we didn't make it super complicated? Like, you know?
Yeah. She's gonna take the silver coins out of her pocket and do the damn thing. And we've lit fires at some point. Somebody's got a pack with a flint in it.
A tinderbox?
Yeah, I think Bob has. Bob will start lighting a fire.
You can start lighting a fire. How does this look as the rain's coming down?
Oh no.
We just
Can
need
we even light
fire. We don't need a fire. We need and I think Talia's gonna go and like take I don't know, her cloak or something and try and hold it over to keep the rain off of what they're doing. Since we used Suri's blanket to trap a vampire already.
I've sent you something, Kelly, which is in Celestial, which I know you understand, which is the incantation that you will have to read. I suggest we wait for Suri to return, however, and instead go to Bob trying to strike fire.
Sorry.
Perhaps Sophie is trying to help.
What am I rolling
Yeah.
for that?
Survival, I guess.
Survival.
Sophie could help if you would like.
I don't know, does 11 do?
And 11's not great. You're sort of sitting there. How are you lighting the fire? Are you striking? Are you trying to do the old...
I'm striking 2 flints together.
Yeah. It's not going great. You've got, like, your tinder's damp. You're striking away at the tinder, and the sparks are hitting it fine. It's just, it's too damp to take.
Could Sophie help out somehow?
How would Sophie help out?
How long has it been raining? Is it like freshly rain?
It started to rain as you were on your way to Strahd's castle.
So maybe like are there like I mean there are trees everywhere. Can Sophie try to find like maybe parts like that the I don't know, like the canopy had not hit as much rain and try to find like maybe some like lower branches that haven't been completely soaked through and like try to like break them off or like twigs on the ground that are maybe like covered a bit more. Just try to find drier wood.
That sounds also like a survival check to me. Unless you can think of something better.
No. 17 total.
17.
I
You
don't
have
have a
lots
bonus for
of
that,
dry
though.
tinder.
Yay.
And on a 17, you probably found a better spot as well, somewhere that's a little bit protected.
Okay, so she'll, like, as she's kind of, like, picking stuff up, she'll notice, like, maybe a spot where she found, like, a really dry piece of wood. And she'll call Bob over and kind of show him that the area might be a little bit better.
Yeah, Bob will
Suited
walk
for
over
fire.
there and start striking again, and he looks at Sophie's like, "This is a good spot."
Make me another survival check, this time with advantage, Bob.
This is when I really fail.
Oh, 21. The fire takes. You have fire.
And we're gonna. Talia's gonna go up to Suri and take her arm. If Alex is back with us. Because she and take out and ask Sophie for one of her daggers.
Yep.
Because she needs Suri's blood.
She'll give her the not crypt dagger, just like one of her normal ones from home, like a
Nice.
steel dagger.
To where are you going to let this blood?
Give it up.
You
It's a great question.
still have your packs
anyone-
on you. You probably have like a
Yeah,
cup or something.
yeah.
Anyone carry a handy dandy cup?
Like one of the teacups from the tavern.
How very British of you.
Oh my gosh, just a teacup filled with blood.
How
That's
very
so beautifully,
strong.
like, right?
So
Oh.
metal.
I don't think anyone has ever described anything I've ever done in my life as so metal.
Talia's like so metal though, like for real she is.
We just get this teacup and fill it with blood.
Yeah, you know, just casually. Talia just thinks like, yeah.
Then cast the silver.
Okay, so she's now.
Is this going to hurt?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Well, where are we getting the blood from? Like, can it be somewhere where, like, less painful? Like, I don't know.
Like,
And not
Bob's,
particularly.
Bob's gonna try distract Suri.
Like you do with a kid in a shop.
Yeah, like he literally can't think of what to do. Like he just goes, Suri, look over here. Look, did you see that over there?
Where?
Yeah, I know. You missed it. Like he's
Talia's just gonna cut open her arm.
like, oh, you missed it.
And pour her blood into a teacup. And then wrap it with like a
So this is like a dagger wound, so it's splattering everywhere, like...
Yeah. No, she was gentle about it, right? Like she's like taking the point and trying to just do minimal damage.
Like Bob immediately takes the scarf he gave them earlier and starts wrapping it around.
So the blood, it doesn't just come straight away, like, you know, it comes out of the wound and starts running down the wrist and off the finger.
Yeah, and Talia's holding her arm. Like
Suri is
Ouch.
totally unaware that she was being distracted. She still thinks like,
Damn it, I missed the thing and now my arm's bleeding. It's a terrible moment.
Bob's tapping your shoulders like, maybe you'll see it next time.
And when she's got her full teacup, Talia will wrap the wound up.
Now, Kelly, I sent it to you privately on purpose. This is in Celestial, which I don't think anyone else can understand.
Uh-huh.
So it's up to you whether you read out this spell so that the other players can hear it, or whether you make up some mumbo-jumbo.
I am not in a mental position to make up mumbo jumbo, so I'm gonna read it out loud. And you can just pretend to understand, to not understand it. So she's got this. We've got fire. We've got silver coins. We've got a teacup full of blood. And she pulls out the scroll and she reads it, and it says, "By the blood of the victim and metal precious, put to the fire the blood and metal and lift the curse from our beloved. Hence the pact is made and the curse removed. Forever shall the curse be lifted, so long as the bond is maintained. And she's gonna do as it says.
Yeah, the fire takes the silver and the blood. It burns in ways it shouldn't. It burns bright and ferociously as though the blood and silver were hot tinder, were some fast burning material. Suri, you feel tingling all over as the moonlight touches you. It feels as though the moonlight is drawing something out of you, but it's almost ecstatic the way it pulls out of you. This is a glorious feeling. This happens for several... Go on.
Whether it's the bloodlust, but I'm feeling pretty good.
After a while, the moonlight begins to feel normal again. And you no longer think that Sophie is a snack.
Damn it.
However,
Oh, she looks like me again.
you feel a certain drawing to the southeast. Something draws you.
How do you guys feel about heading this way?
Suri points directly back towards Strahd's castle. And that is where we will wrap up this week's session. Hey guys, we all good? Those faces look so stressed.
In the best kind of way. In the best kind of way.
I think Bob wants to strangle Strahd, like not kill him with anything, but just like, for God's sake.
Talia's definitely going to start off by explaining what she said and how somebody some here made a deal and it's not her problem.
Sophie's very aware of the fact that she is a slave now. She is aware.
Yes, please, Potato Hollow, go ahead and start off our war cry voting time.
There's so many options.
Why don't we go around, say hello to everyone, let us know what your favourite part of today's session was, and all the wonderful places that we can start on, that we can find you online. We will start when we finish, so we'll start with Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm also White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. I am a DM on this channel 3 times a week, and I also play on this lovely channel. And when I'm not doing that, I'm doing photography, and I've got some projects in the works, which I'm quite excited to share once they are done. Other than that, I think there was so much more emotion in this, like, episode, with the fact that Sophie had to sabotage things, Suri realizing what Sophie had done for her, and then both Talia and Bob's reactions to it, which was maybe not exactly what Sophie expected. And I'm just really glad I got to kind of meet Strahd, if I'm honest. So, yeah, that's me. I really enjoyed it.
Mm. Next round, we have Madame Gandalf. Oh, hi, Madame Gandalf.
Oh, hi. It was so good to, like, be back here with the Strahds. And, a favorite moment. I mean, this whole ritual that we've just done kind of stands out a lot, with Talia filling up a whole teacup of blood. But which, as Rachel aptly put, mellow as fuck. I also really loved the moment with Sophie and Suri where it was this confession of like, what have you done? And just reinstilling that, hey, we're sisters, we're sticking with this, and I love you, so it doesn't matter if I'm mad. We're in this together. I really like that. We don't often see them get emotional with each other, so I really like doing that. But yeah, my name is Madam Gandalf. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Play a little bit of everything, variety of games and cooking, and we even do a little bit of D&D on Wednesdays set in the world of The Witcher with Oh Baby with me on that. So yeah, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Fantastic. It was great. It was quite a touching moment as well. You're right. That was beautiful amidst all of it. I nearly missed it amongst the darkness. Next around, we have Kelly. Oh, hi.
Hi. I'm Kelly Lane on Twitter. I'm here Tuesdays. I'll be making appearances during the winter break extravaganza on Scradicus's channel. DM if you want a spot. I have feelings, yo. There's a lot of feelings. There was some real panic there in the middle. My favorite part, I'm very proud of my teacup, personally. I thought that was a great moment for me. But I really like how complicated Talia and Sophie's relationship is becoming. They had this really great moment an episode or two ago where they were finally kind of making some headway and really becoming friends and kind of sharing secrets, like sleepover style. And then and so I don't think Talia knows how to feel about it, but I think that whole dynamic was my favorite part of the episode, personally.
Fantastic. I think I partially live for like your panic during these sessions sometimes. It's great. Definitely a highlight there. Last but most certainly not least, oh Sophie, what did you do?
Hi, my name is OGuilty190, and I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch.tv. But yeah, no, I play video games of all kinds. Shooters, roleplay games, open world. I do art on Thursdays. I am a thoughtful, kind, hardworking character in Witcher Genesis on Madame's channel on Wednesdays. And Thursdays on my channel, I'm a headstrong, still thoughtful character.
Sophie, you are thoughtful in this.
Sophie is very thoughtful. She's just very thoughtful on one focus.
Bob wouldn't have hugged you if he didn't think it was thoughtful.
True. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Oh God, my favorite moment from today. I have so many. I obviously I really love the teacup part. I really love the I have to pick like a comical moment. I just really like the picturesque moment of Bob's like hand being gone, reaching for Sophie, and them just having a moment like looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like,
they get that a lot.
they share that kind of what like thing all the time. So and then I don't know. Just
so many.
My favorite moment was my dogs not barking until the end of the session. That was great. Yeah, but I'm sorry for my character's choices. Please don't hate me.
Talia's very mad at you. I love it. I loved every minute of it.
It's so hard, man.
I loved it all.
Shit. I'm just like, I want to help everybody. Fuck Strahd. But then Sophie's like, an idiot. God.
I loved it.
I love the fact as well that during that combat, Talia's sitting there on the chat donated nat 20s. Thank you so much for donating those nat 20s today, chat. What can I say? There's always choices. I hope you didn't feel too railroaded into that choice, Sophie.
No, it felt like the right thing for her to do. So that's why I did it.
Cool.
It's great. So good.
Well, I'm Scradicus. You might know me from this channel. I usually play good guys like all the time. I always play good guys. Every single show. It's great. Here are my social links. go and check out my Discord. It's inclusive, safe, and wonderful. Nothing like Barovia. Check out my YouTube as well. You can catch up on all the other episodes. And recently we just finished completing the Death House, which took a bit of a toll, I think it's safe to say, on the characters. It's called the Death House for a reason. You can go and check that out. And also on Twitter, as Kelly rightfully mentioned, I am running 40 games between the 23rd of December and the 4th of January. So if you want to get in on one of those games, send me a DM and I'll fit you in. I think that makes something like 160 spots minimum. So send me a DM and I'll get you in a game. I also have a Patreon. Check that out. There's free stuff and exclusive stuff. It's worth checking out. And thank you for those who activated their Patreon subscription for notifications this week. That's cool. Comes up like a subscription, so you can tell when you use your rewards. Also merch. Go and check that out too. Redbubble is a wonderful design site. All of their designs all of their designs are very comfortable and high quality. Chat is just figuring out that I was completely lying when I said I always play good guys. I also have 2 sponsors in Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press. Please feel free to go and check both of those out. Bird in the Storm Publishing will be bringing content to us in the new year. In the meantime, they have lots of merch on sale. And Mage Hand Press created the Dark Matter 5e space expansion. If that sounds like your cup of tea, go and check it out. We are going to give away, when we hit, if we hit our weekly costs, we're going to give away a free copy of the Alpha, which is not available yet in book form. Otherwise, I'd be giving it away in book form, because that's my personal preference. Wait, how many? 40 games, yes. That makes 3 a day. I worked it out, 3 a day, and that makes 39. And I was like, well, I can't stop at 39. So we're going to do 40. We are going to go and raid. I can see that Maggie is live, but she also told me the other day that she feels guilty whenever I raid her because she about wraps up at this time. So I'm not going to go and raid Maggie today because she is about to wrap up. Instead, we are going to head across, I think, Geek and Sundry are live at the minute. So we're going to go in there. You're guaranteed a good show in there. Yes, thank you very much for the raid war cry there, Potato Hollow. Snack is that orcish slang. Please pop it on your copy and paste. We're going to head in with the raid. Slam that in there when we get there. That'd be great. We are live Mondays to Thursdays, 1 PM, 6 PM, 10 PM EST. On Fridays, we are live at 1 PM EST over on the Greyhawk channel. And next season, we'll be live on Fridays at 1 PM, 6 PM, and 10 PM as well, because we just can't get enough. Yeah, guys, keep on evoking emotions. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.